Catholic Live, a show about all the cool things happening here at West Catholic High School. I'm John Gonzalez, and once again, joined by your good friend, my buddy, Mr. Tony Fischer. Tony, how you doing?
I'm well, John. Thank you very much. And thank you for the sweatshirt, by the way. For those of you who don't know, I was a little bit invisible. I wore green, which is a no-no when you have a screen behind you.
Right.
Color. But no, it's good to be back and in studio and ready to share the news with you guys.
Well, we're excited to have you with a good pullover on.
This is very nice, by the way. It's available in the Spirit store, I believe. So
it sure is. Hey, we're excited to have you join us online here, where we stream every Wednesday on Facebook and YouTube. Remember, you can always catch last week's episode and all the content as a podcast. Find us at West Catholic Live on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your favorite podcast. On this week's show, we have a busy one, Mr. Fischer.
Yes, it is.
Oh, yes. We have the Dean of Students, Mr. Sean Nolan, in to talk about the All A's Walk-In fundraiser. Admissions has a few events going on in October, very busy time. Julie Wilmer will give us a rundown. Coach Landon Grove comes by the studio, talks about the big homecoming win on last week's game, and then Friday's game against Hamilton.
Yep.
Our school counseling department, also very busy. They have an upcoming FAFSA information night. Do you know what FAFSA stands for?
I thought I did, but I didn't. Free application for federal student aid, John.
Wow, you knocked it out the park. I could never remember, and I'm glad you did, because FAFSA, yes, we all have, those of us with college students or former college students know that that's very important. We'll also learn about St. Padre Pio, who is one of the saints of our 4 households. In fact, we're celebrating the St. Padre Pio Feast Week with activities throughout the school week. And we're going to talk to students and religion teacher Tim Horst about the importance of Padre Pio. Before we get to all of that, it's time for the Weekly Chatter.
That's right, the Weekly Chatter segment with news and tidbits about the things going on at the school and in the community, right?
That's right.
Kicking us off, the West Catholic Parent Guild, the new parent group that we have here, that kind of got molded from 2 groups into 1. And they're providing opportunities to the community and to our students for hospitality and fellowship. And they also want to share service hours opportunities for our students. And you can find those students on the Helper app that Mr. Cohane updates regularly, among many other opportunities.
Now, why is it called Helper?
Great question. Whoever developed the software wanted to name it.
I mean, Helper is just not good enough, so you have to say Helper.
Helper.
Okay, well, it sounds good to me. I'll check it out myself, see if I can volunteer some time. Just a reminder that parent-teacher conferences are coming up from 6 to 8:15 on October 3rd and 2 to 5:30 on October 12th. The link to sign up for the parent-teacher conferences is on the screen right now, we hope, right, Mr. Bailey? And also on October 12th will be a half day for testing. That means seniors do not have to attend school. Is that correct?
Yeah, they don't come to school, but they're highly encouraged to take advantage of the opportunity to visit a college, visit a tech school, visit a postgraduate experience, or get going on their college planning, whether it be applications or essays at the time. So,
yep.
Yeah. Certainly. And don't forget, too, for parent-teacher conferences, if you can't make one of those 2 dates, don't be afraid to reach out to the teachers. They communicate regularly. They're asked to communicate regularly. So feel free, if you can't make either of those 2 dates, to just send an email or shoot a phone call off to the teachers.
Now, tomorrow there's a special event here taking place on campus.
We have a big event, and it's always a good idea to start thinking ahead, financially. So tomorrow at 6:30, we're hosting financial planning for K-12 and beyond. It's going to be, I believe, right here at school at 6:30. Our president and CEO, Cynthia Kneibel, who's also a finance person, will be doing the presentation, if I remember correctly.
You're correct.
So if you're a middle school family or a family with young kids and you want to know what it's like to get prepared for K-12 and beyond Catholic education, please join us. We also have Experience West coming up. And you'll hear more about that later in the show, as well as see information coming out in coming weeks.
Now, Mr. Fischer, I see in your hand right over there, soon to be in your hand, is a special issue there.
Yeah, the new issue of the Westward, the fall Westward. We sent it out last week, so you should have received yours in the mail. If you did not get one and you want to make sure that you're getting this, you can head to grwestcatholic.org/alumni to update contact information and at least your mailing address, and we'll make sure you get a copy. There's really good stories in here, as you can see, our current president and CEO and our future president and CEO on the cover, so you can read about them in this issue.
All right, and to wrap up the weekly chatter, our biggest news of all this morning was the debut of Wake Up West Coffee Shop. It's a fun little experience. We have a quick interview with teacher Molly Bergman, who is coordinating this new venture for students. Let's play the clip.
I am Molly Bergman. I'm co-teacher at West Catholic, and as you can see behind me, we had our first opening day of Wake Up West Coffee Shop, and one of my students, Blake, is making coffees and lattes for the teachers. We had a lot of students here earlier this morning that were getting coffee, and it was a really great opening day for us, and we're hopeful that this will turn into a bigger venture for our life skills programming at West Catholic. I'm hopeful that this will provide more inclusion for students and more opportunities for students to become involved in school.
It was really exciting to see the coffee shop opening this morning and to see Mrs. Bergman and the students that she has helping her. It was a pretty cool experience for those students as well. So looking forward to having a cup of joe from the students regularly.
I had chai.
Did you?
Mm-hmm. Tasty.
Was it good? Okay.
It was good. Very good.
And also you talked to some students about Padre Pio Week, which we're celebrating? I
did, Tony. There was a scavenger hunt on Tuesday with households where students learned about St. Padre Pio. And today we asked students to tell us a little bit more about him. Let's play the clip.
I'm Rebecca Gravelin, and as part of the Pio household, we are going to help you learn more about who Padre Pio was before he died.
Did you know Padre Pio could see what was in people's hearts?
Padre Pio also received the stigmata of Christ.
Padre Pio started hospitals for the ill.
Padre Pio performed many miracles.
Padre Pio is known for doing thousands of confessions for hours a day. Padre Pio could also see his guardian angel.
And here's Pio8 with one last fun fact.
And I'm Isaac Duval. This is Pio8. And one fun fact about Padre Pio is he is said to have the ability to levitate.
I love their applause.
For sure. Wow, pretty exciting stuff. I learned a few things there. Thank you, students. We also had religion teacher Tim Horst stop by the studio this morning to talk a little bit more about Padre Pio. Let's play the clip.
Hi, I'm Tim Horst, and I'm a theology teacher here at West Catholic. You just heard a bunch of great facts about St. Padre Pio, who's one of our patron saints here at West Catholic. But did you know that although he had the stigmata, though he heard thousands of confessions a day, people flocked to him with great popularity, that he was also silenced by the church for a while. So this was a very difficult time in his life. He was given these great gifts by God. He was living them out to the full, yet he received, you could say, like some punishment for it, some difficulty to endure. But it's just like that in our own lives. I think of the biblical story of St. Joseph. He had these great dreams. He had the ability to see the future by these great dreams that he was given by God. And he was thrown into a cistern and left to die, and then sold into slavery by his own brothers because of this gift that he was given by God. And just like Padre Pio, he didn't reject that gift because it brought him difficulty, but he embraced it. And later, because of his dreams, he would end up saving Egypt, and he would end up saving and reconciling with his own brothers and with the people of Israel. So my encouragement, reflecting on St. Padre Pio, would be to be yourself. Not to be a 2-bit version of yourself, but to be fully yourself, to embrace the gifts that God has given you, and to lead where God is calling you to go. Despite the difficulties that you might endure, despite many of the difficulties that we just perceive will happen to us if we follow God's will, if we embrace the gifts that he's given us. But to not live in fear, to have that courage that St. Padre Pio had, to have the humility that he had as well, and to trust, just as he said, that God's will be done.
Thank you, Mr. Horst. I love this guy. I mean, don't be a 2-bit version of yourself, Mr. Fischer.
That's good advice. Excellent advice.
Excellent advice. Now, Mr. Horst is my spiritual ally. Is that right? What are spiritual allies?
Yeah,
I just found this out.
I know. Our staff development committee that made up of members of the faculty and staff around here decided to have this program where, we just have one other person in our building that we're partnered up with. an ally, who we take care of spiritually as best we can. So whether it's praying for them, finding out what intentions they have and praying with them for those intentions, or maybe we can help each other with answering questions, or even like, the certifications we get as Catholic school employees. So that's a spiritual ally.
Who's your ally? Can I ask?
Jim Arcelowitz, Mr. Arcelowitz, Coach Arcelowitz, he goes by. He's our director of facilities. And we've known each other a long time. So
good. Well, I'm sure that'll be good praying.
Yeah, absolutely. Speaking of prayer, we're offering a chance for juniors and seniors or anyone in the West Catholic community to go on a pilgrimage to the holy sites of Italy. Last year, we interviewed tour leader Tony Asaf about the trip that's coming up here in this June. And we had an information meeting just recently, and we're actually hosting another one October 4th at 7 p.m. in the MAC. We're going to show you real quick the clip of our interview with Tony Asaf.
All right,
so
let's play the clip. Tony, can you give folks an idea of what they can expect if they go on this pilgrimage?
Well, it is going to be a beautiful journey of faith. As soon as people arrive, if it's a Sunday, we go straight to St. Peter's Square. We pray the Angelus with the Pope, get his blessings, and then we enter the city basically with St. Paul. So we go to St. Paul outside the walls. We enter the city exactly where he entered, where he was imprisoned, and we walk on the path. They call it the way of the martyrdom of St. Paul. We walk with him there, and we say Mass right where he was killed, basically. And we are able to touch the pillar where he was beheaded, basically. And from there, it's a journey. It's a journey from St. Paul to then all the major basilicas. And one of the highlights is the Santa Croce in Jerusalem, the Holy Cross in Jerusalem. And we say in because it is St. Helens brought all the dirt from Jerusalem, put it here, and built the church on it. And the Holy Cross has basically the biggest piece of the original cross of Jesus in it, along with so many other pieces from the crucifixion. Then, as you can see in the picture, there's the holy stairs, and it's a beautiful experience. People, as they pray, they go on it, and you cannot walk. You have to go on your knees all the way up. So it's humbling. It takes people back to their faith.
Is that good?
Yeah.
Video's done? All right. Sounds like a wonderful opportunity. Sorry.
What were you doing?
I'm not sure. Sorry about that. I thought it was a longer video, but I could be wrong. But again, it does sound like a great opportunity.
It really is. And again, the pilgrimage informational meeting is at 7 p.m. October 4th in the MAC. For more details, visit grwestcatholic.org/pilgrimage and get all the information there. If you want to check out the full interview with Tony and myself, go to our YouTube channel, and the full interview is there.
Yeah. Did you know October 4th is also the day of our All A's walk, right? We've changed it a little bit up. And one exciting thing this year is we're going to have Mass before we go out on our walk. So I'm really excited about that. It is next week. And Gonzo, you caught up with the Dean of Students, Mr. Nolan. Let's talk a little bit more about it.
Yeah, I did. And let's share that video right now. So let's play it.
So Sean Nolan here with an update for All A's. All A's, as you may know, is in the full swing of things. We've been going since, I think, August 31st. So our students have been doing a wonderful job with collections. We have 32 All A's captain students who are doing a wonderful job, really hitting the streets, trying to collect from businesses, from individuals, encouraging other students as part of the All A's collection. Our walk is actually coming up next week, Tuesday. So we're kind of hitting the end of what's going on. Earlier today on Wednesday, we had students with a dress down day if they brought in their full $75. Tomorrow, actually, we're continuing that collection. We'll be continuing it all the way through Tuesday next week. Tomorrow, we have household activities. So tomorrow, Thursday, you can wear a household T-shirt, uniform bottom, a bunch of Minute to Win It games. It's all going to be in the cafeteria. It's going to be a lot of fun. Communities competing against each other. I'm really hopeful, by the way, that Bakita community can win this year, the PO games. And then our development team has also been doing a wonderful job often out of sight. So I just want to acknowledge them. Jill and Megan and Taylor are doing a wonderful job with All A's, keeping everything in line, helping our students to really know how to do this fundraising. Reminder that 50%, almost 50% of our students are receiving some kind of financial aid to be here. So we sometimes even tell students, hey, look to your left, look to your right. Of the three of you, at least one of you and maybe two are receiving some of this All A's money. So it's really a wonderful way for our students to give back and help literally the students next to them to be here at West Catholic and to receive the really wonderful education that we're doing here. So next week, Monday is also a collection day. Next week, Tuesday is the All A's walk itself. So Tuesday, October 4th, students will report here at 8 o'clock like they usually do. We this year are going to have Mass as part of the All A's Day. That's a really beautiful way for us to celebrate this coming together to support fellow students in the school. And then from there, students will be dismissed sort of in waves to go to St. Anne's home, which is very close to us, and really try to be a sign of support for the residents there and say, hey, we're glad you're here. We love you. You're important to us. We want to acknowledge you. Our band students are actually going to stay there for a performance for all the residents who can make it. And then students are dismissed early that day. It's a dress down day. And it's really a celebration of this fundraiser, this way of coming together as a community to support our students. And again, our students are doing a great job really getting out there, really trying to do this to help their fellow students. So again, that's All A's. That's kind of where we are. If you would still like to donate, you can do so on our website, grwestcatholic.org. In the giving section, you'll see an option to continue to donate to the All A's fundraiser. We'd love to have you do that. Our students are important to us, and financial aid is, again, necessary for at least half of them. So thank you again, guys. Hope All A's is going well for you in the studio and at home as well.
It's always great to hear from Mr. Nolan, and I'm excited for the Minute to Win It games on Thursday. The kids will be having fun with that. And Mr. Fischer, outside of All A's, I'm getting a lot of emails from the counseling office.
Are you?
Yeah, I am. And they're saying that they're really busy right now. And
they're always busy.
I thought it was a good idea. Let's check in with Diane Yasasi and give us an update. So let's play the clip. So Diane, there's a lot going on in the counseling world right now.
There always is at the start of the school year.
No, why is it? Just because students are getting acclimated, new students? I mean, why is it so busy right now?
We're trying to get our new students used to life here at West Catholic, and we're also trying to get our current students to start thinking about what are they going to do once they leave here.
That's true. Now, I know that there's several things coming up to help parents and students, right? Some events that you're planning?
Absolutely. There's quite a few things coming up in October. So can I highlight some of those things right now?
Yeah.
All right, great. So one of the biggest things is for our seniors, the FAFSA, which stands for the Free Application for Federal Student Aid, opens up on October 1st. And sometimes a lot of people get really overwhelmed with having to fill out this FAFSA. So we're here to help with that. So at West Catholic, we're going to offer a financial aid night on October 6th from 6 to 8 in the MAC. And we're going to actually have someone from Aquinas's financial aid office leading a presentation, walking you through the steps, how to complete that FAFSA, and then answering some of those specific questions that parents or students might have. So we'd love to see a packed room for that. Another thing we have coming up is we have our half day of testing. So on that day, we have all of our students in grades 9 through 11 doing some type of tests. So we have our 9th graders taking a PSAT 8-9, and we have 10th and 11th graders taking a PSAT. Our biggest purpose for this is we want our students to get used to what to expect when they have to take the SAT down the road. And this is some great practice. So seniors, what are you doing on that day? You have the day off, but not really, because we want you to take some time to look at what you're going to be doing post-secondary plans, work on those college apps, go on a college visit a trade school, anything along that way. It's a day off in the middle of the week. Great time to connect with people. And then speaking of some of the colleges, we are very lucky that Grand Rapids Community College is actually going to be hosting a college fair on Thursday, October 13th. They have 2 time slots, one in the morning from 9 to 11 and one in the evening from 6 to 7:30. And that's really open to all students in any grades. Great time to just go down and kind of learn a little bit about a lot of different colleges.
All right, thank you. Mrs. Yasasi, our Director of School Counseling. We're appreciative for all her hard work, and Miss Eber, who's in the office with her. So again, thank you to both of them. And students, if you ever have questions about school counseling, please stop down and see them. They're super nice. I know that Miss Julie Wilmer, who's in charge of admissions, and our President and CEO Delegate Jill Annabelle were out and about today. Do we have video of that, Gonzo?
We do. I believe they were out at Corpus Christi in Holland, so let's play the clip.
Hey guys, I'm coming at you from Corpus Christi Catholic School, right here in Holland, Michigan. Mrs. Annabelle and I are doing some school visits this fall and just connecting with students. We're really excited to meet people and just go around the town and say hello. I want to let you know about some events that are coming up. October 25th, Experience West. This is open to pretty much anyone, but specifically our 8th graders need to come, and they get to tour the school. They get to taste West, the foods from West Catholic, and also answer any questions that they have about enrollment or financial aid or anything like that. And financial aid night is tomorrow, September 29, from 6:30 until 7:30. Cindy Knievel is going to be at the school talking to you about how you can afford Catholic school. It's much more affordable than most people think. And this is actually K through 12 financial planning. So be sure to join us. You can RSVP at grwestcatholic.org.
All right. Thanks, Julie. Appreciate that update. And again, if you have any questions about the events that she mentioned, you can go to our website, grwestcatholic.org, and find details. So let's close the week a little bit with some sports, Gonzo. I think you regularly catch up with Coach Grove and the football team, and you managed to do so again this week.
I did. And on the show, he thanked the West Catholic community and the teachers as well for making homecoming so much fun. He also said even though his team's undefeated and ranked #1 in Division 6, that they expect a pretty tough game on Friday when they travel to Hamilton. Hamilton has a lot of different, weapons they can use in their offense as well as defense, and it's a home game for them. So their community is going to come on. We talk a little bit about that. So let's play the clip.
There's a lot of things they do really well that we're excited for. And again, it's another opportunity for ourselves to measure our growth and just be, we've said this over and over again for the last couple of weeks. Is for us is we're just focused on being the best version of ourselves that we can be every day and every week. So, it's another opportunity to be the best version of ourselves on a Friday night. And it sounds like it's going to be beautiful weather, and it'll be my first trip ever to Hamilton. Never been there before, so I'm excited to go see. I heard it's a beautiful facility, so it'll be a fun night for us.
Right. In my very short football coaching career, I had to coach a game in Hamilton, and I can tell you, that community loves their football, and you are in for a dogfight.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, it's just going to be an incredible atmosphere, and their fans are going to come out, which I want to say to you, what do you want to tell the fans watching or listening right now that are going to be making that trip to Hamilton? Because our fans will travel to Hamilton to support your team, right? Mm-hmm. What do you want to say to the fans out there?
Keep doing what you're doing. Our fan support has been unbelievable. Every game we go to, whether it's home or away, it's noticeable. I feed off of it, and I know our kids feed off of it. So we need our students there. We need our parents there. We need our fans there, alums, whatever your affiliation to West Catholic may be. We need you there, and we need you there in droves because your support means a ton. And, I know it's a longer road trip, but I'm sure there's a couple establishments you can stop at along the way if you need to for a little pregame, and we'll be excited to see you there at 7 o'clock.
I can make recommendations if you really want to know. And Coach, what about one thing that I've noticed here at West Catholic? This is my first year here, like you, we're both new. The teachers and the administration, the support you're getting from the staff is pretty incredible.
It's awesome. It's awesome. Again, most everything involved here is unmatched. Like every Monday I come in and it's, whether it's Miss Jacob in the office saying, "Nice win, Coach," or even if it's on Friday, she goes, happy game day, Coach. And that's like that with every teacher. Like Mr. Nowaki is right next to me, and we talk football every day, it feels like, and he's always got some really good insight. He goes to every game, and it's really cool because our teachers see how hard our kids are working. They're here in the morning when they see our kids in the weight room before they even get here. So they get it. And I appreciate the heck out of their support. And I know our kids do too. And it's special. It's special. It takes community to raise a football program, and that involves the support of the community as well. So we're thankful for it.
All right. Thanks, Coach Grove. And Gonzo, thanks again for the interview with Coach Grove. I want to add on to that, too. You know, it's not just football where we see that either. The community support for all of our sports teams it really is incredible. And, you know, I watch teachers asking every kid in the building, you know, how are they doing? You know, how did sports go this weekend? How was your competitions? You see so many people here working, so many people here cheering. So, again, thank you to all of our community members and staff who are really supportive of our athletic program and what our coaches are doing. Busy week for our sports teams despite the rain. If you want to keep up to date with everything West Catholic sports, check out our new podcast, Fly High Sports, with Associate Athletic Director Cam Burns and Senior Emma Christian. It airs every Thursday on our social media channels.
That's right, Coach. You know what? And with that said, I think that's going to be it for this week's West Catholic Live. We really appreciate you tuning in. Have a great, safe rest of the week.
Go West.
Go West.